Hey guys, a quick pro tip on why your freezer food might be thawing out while your refrigerator below is perfectly cold. Well, on some of these new units like this Frigidaire, there are separate controls, I wasn't aware of this, of the fridge and the freezer. And this freezer thermostat was set right there. No wonder my chicken and fish was defrosting, man. So I've just set that just above average. And then coming down below here into the fridge unit, you see we've got a separate thermostat right here, and it's at the recommended setting. I haven't had any trouble with the coldness in this, but up top was defrosting and couldn't figure it out. Well, this is the first time I've had a fridge with two separate thermostat environment zones. Has this tip helped you guys? Post your comments below. Hey guys, Paul here. These rubber gasket seals that go around your freezer and refrigerator doors can get cracked with time. So what you want to make sure you do is clean out all of this ahead of time with vinegar or bleach along the seams and get all that gunk that is going to be in that crack, because it's been in there for a while probably, and make sure this is good and dry. And what we're going to do is put a bead of silicone sealant along that seam right there. And then we're simply going to close the refrigerator door, and that's going to create enough of a seal to let that cure overnight. Alright, so all we're going to do is just run a bead of this all down this seam here. I'm leaving about a 1/4 inch gap as I move along, just to create a little bit of excess for going inside the seam. Go a little bit past there. And I'm going to go over that again, just filling in about a 1/4 inch opening there, because I am going to close this, and that is going to cure up really nice. Just take off any excess there on the sides, just like that, and come back and get the same amount here, because you don't want these two seams sticking together, just the seam that is ripped. Okay, so keep that seam in there clear, and let's shut the refrigerator door. Okay, now I don't know if you can see in there, but that seam is closed. The suction on the refrigerator door closes that seam. I'm going to let that sit for about 12 hours cure before I open the door. Alright, this has been curing overnight for about 15 hours. Let's check out the seal. It's curing up really nicely. It's definitely adhering to both sides of that rubber. There is a little bit of a gap in there. However, if you notice, that is nice and straight, and the whole idea is that when this pulls in and out with the suction, that this silicone sealant is flexible and it will move as the seal is open and closed with the door. If your seals are cracking, pick up some DAP 100% silicone sealant. They have some other silicone sealant products as well. They're all going to work great in this kind of repair. It would be great to have you as a subscriber to my channel. Share the video with your friends if they have some refrigerator issues and they want to take care of it for cheap and doing it themselves. And we'll see you guys real soon. Hey guys, Paul here. If your refrigerator starts running all the time, yet your ice cubes and other frozen foods in the freezer compartment are not freezing, your evaporator coils are probably clogged up with ice, and you're going to need to defrost your refrigerator. Yep, even with an auto defrost refrige, these refrigerators can get a frost overload in the evaporator coils, and you need to defrost. First thing you're going to want to do is put all your food in a cooler because this is going to be a 24-hour process to make sure that this thing is totally defrosted. So get your food in a cooler, then you're going to want to unplug your refrigerator. All right, this has been draining overnight. You can see a fair amount of water in there, probably at least 1.5 cups of water additional overnight. It has stopped draining, so ready to plug back in. I'm going to remove that container here. And then the drain pan is down here. That's where the water is going to collect. That's the drain pan where that tube is going to go into after I remove that plastic container. Alright, as I was finishing cleaning the gaskets on this refrigerator, all of a sudden the power shut off. At first I figured that it had reached the proper temperature, and the motor was just resting in between compression cycles. However, it didn't come back on. I unplugged it, replugged it, and still didn't come back on. And usually in the back of the unit by the compressor is the reset switch, the reset relay for these automatic defrosting refrigerators. However, this company, Woods, is out of business. I could not locate the relay in the back of the fridge. There was no such switch for that. However, there is the reset switch in the inside here. I just took apart this compartment. Well, that's the only kind of conspicuous thing here. All I did was give that a turn, about a 1/4 turn to the left, and it clicked. And plugging in the fridge fires up. So this is the reset switch. Your reset switch for the compressor may be somewhere else in the refrigerator, or for this model, it was in here. Very conspicuous click once you give that about a 1/4 turn. All right, this refrige has been on for about an hour now, and stuff is starting to freeze up. Really cold in there, really dry. Feels great. Now, the first line of defense in preventing ice buildup, even in an auto defrost fridge, is making sure you keep your doors closed. And I'm putting a link in the description below to how to repair cracked door seal gaskets. Like right in here. Check out that video on how to repair those. If you have any questions about this process, leave your comments below. And we'll see you guys real soon. That drain pipe is obviously blocked up somehow. And I've been catching the water here in a cardboard container. So I've got to unplug it and see if I can unclog that drain pipe. And this thing is gunked up with crap. And just take a flathead screwdriver and pry off this drain pan here, which connects to the drain tube that runs out the back of the refrigerator. These spray bottles come in handy. Just set the nozzle on the finest setting where it shoots the straightest spray, and you want to test that because you're putting bleach in this bottle. You could also use vinegar if you're more comfortable with that. I just want to get at this stuff. I know that there's grime in there because the tube and the pan was really clogged, so I'm going to hit this really good with that hot water and bleach solution. See that grime running out of there? This thing is clogged. See that moisture down there? That's a good sign. That means that water is running through the drain tube in the back of the refrigerator. So I'm going to keep hitting this with the bleach solution for a while. Unclog that drain. Hey guys, Paul here from Cool and Quiet, and I just had a little oopsie regarding spillage in my freezer. Like an idiot, I put these plastic cups to cool my iced coffee in the freezer, and then I shut the freezer door, and you know, I must have bounced the refrigerator around when I was opening the lower compartment, and this, when I opened the freezer door, all this iced coffee was spilled all up in there, right through there, etc. So I tossed that out. I transferred what was left of my coffee into this Nalgene bottle, securely locked there. So that's sitting in my freezer. But the first thing you got to do when you have spillage, you can't just think that you're cool by cleaning this out. That's the first step. But then the real bummer that you got to deal with is that drainage is going to seep all back in here. So I'm not going to take everything apart here, but you got to take these shelves out, and then this top section pulls out. There's a piece of styrofoam. See that? That's got to come out, and you're going to have spillage all under there, and you're going to have spillage all over this nice glass plate. Why isn't that going in? I like to keep things real here on my YouTube channel. There you go. I just kind of jimmied this plastic casing, and then that glass plate falls into place. So just as a heads up, just don't think you're done by cleaning upstairs in the freezer department. You've got to pull out this entire assembly, all this plastic frame, including this, and you're going to have spillage underneath these as well. And then just put those back together. And the good news is that you're going to have a nice clean fridge and freezer. But just as a heads up, don't think you're taking shortcuts by putting a cheap cup like this, which is made to go in a console of a car. You know, because any little thing, I've done this for months, and you know, always kind of crossing my fingers that it wasn't going to happen. And sure enough, this morning, just total disaster. You guys staying cool in this hot summer weather? That's what I'm doing. Welcome to the chill zone. Post your comments below. Enjoy hearing from friendly viewers, and have a great day.